Welcome back, everybody, to Wednesday Night Hoops, as this is the nightcap for our WAC doubleheader right here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. It's now the men's turn to take the court as the Golden Eagles of Cornerstone take on the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech. Thank you for joining us again here tonight. I'm John Stowe, joined by Robbie Elliott. And Robbie, obviously, the headline of tonight is monitoring one, that being number 0 of Lawrence Tech, that being Brandon Beavers, 6 points away from tying the all-time career points in Lawrence Tech history. He only managed 7 in the last game against Siena Heights, but now Lawrence Tech has got a difficult matchup here tonight as the front runner within the top 3 of the WAC, Cornerstone, into town.
It's a heck of a matchup, especially with what's at stake for Mr. Brandon Beavers. But this is a team guy as well. He's going to get his record tonight, I believe, but he's also going to do a great job of dishing his teammates and playing against this very talented Golden Eagles.
This team definitely knows how to shoot the ball from inside the arc as Joldersma gives way to Steffen. Steffen, step back 3. He gets it on the first try. They actually call it a long 2, so it's a long 2 to start this one. Joldersma, junior forward. Now they give way to Dolney. He takes a drive down the lane off the high grass. Rebounded by Ainsworth. And quickly the way, Steffen analyzing his options. Gives way over to Joldersma. After the screen, fade away, inside the paint, way short, rebounded by Ward. Now Beavers will bring things up. Just a young man, 5th-year senior. And now gives way to Dolney, over to Ward. Now to Yanulsis, give and go. Beavers thought about it, he actually takes it. Beavers off the heel. Loose ball picked up by Dolney. Fresh shot clock. Give and go to Dolney, he'll take his 3-ball chance. Dolney off the heel. Rebounded by Wolcock.
A little bit of a slow start here for the Blue Devils, but they don't look pressured to get a point. They didn't seem phased off the early bucket from Eli Steffen.
And one goes Corey Ainsworth, 6'9", and he was a tough matchup down low for Nathaniel Ward.
If you guys were tuned in to the women's game, you saw his sister, Stephanie Ainsworth, who also wore number 30 for the Golden Eagles, go crazy down in the paint. And I think we're going to see the exact same thing for Mr. Corey Ainsworth tonight.
6'9", 225 pounds from Wayland, Michigan. So now 5-point run for the Eagles. Around the perimeter go the Blue Devils. Ward, he's got the matchup, the tough one of the night. Off balance shot, looking for the contact. And now quickly to Wolcock. Around the perimeter. This Cornerstone team, they have got height. They've got guys at 6'8", 6'9", 6'5", you name it, they have got it. Inside, pull-up jumper by Rollinson. His first chance, and it's rebounded by Yanulsis. Now quickly the other way. Beavers, he's got space, didn't take the shot. Back and forth, a give and go. He'll take a 3-ball. He gets it. 3 points away from tying the record.
For a night like this, for Mr. Brandon Beavers, you got to think he just wants to get it done.
Take away by Yanulsis. On the run, no contact. He finishes off the fast break.
And just like that, John, we're tied up. Just like that, the sequence of events all falling the Blue Devils' way.
That's going to have to be key for Lawrence Tech. Getting plays in transition as this three ball is off the mark by Steffen, rebounded by Beavers. It is so precious, these moments, that we get to witness. Beavers inside. A kick out to Dolney. Give and go to Ward. Hand off. Inside. Contact and a foul called. Foul's going to be called on Jack Joldersma, the junior forward from Hudsonville.
Just to go back to your comment about this Golden Eagles team and the height, it's the abundance of height that impresses me the most. You usually see with NAIA squads, they have those couple big men that are 6'8", 6'9", like Ainsworth is, but this team has it all over the floor.
To the top of the key, quick bounce pass. Ward over to Gonzalez, to the corner, off the mark. That ball was saved by Joldersma. Now give it to Wolcock. And now a missed pass and a takeaway. Right there was Ainsworth to pick it up. A drive down the lane, a give and go. Joldersma, good pump fake, but cannot put on the finish. Beavers drive down the lane, lost the handle, loose ball on the floor, picked up by Wolcock, gives way to Steffen. Steffen one-on-one, Steffen cannot finish it, rebounded by Ainsworth, and another and one.
The first comment I have to make after just seeing two plays down low from Ainsworth is he is a brick wall down there, John. This guy has contact up on the shoulders, and he is not even budging. He is holding his ground firm, even in midair. That is just experience, it's strength, it's everything that you want in a big man, especially at this level. Corey Ainsworth to finish the end.
Two subs in for Cornerstone as Ainsworth puts off his second three-pointed play. Caden Bird is in, freshman guard, and also Mason Brooks, junior forward at 6'7". So they are using all the height to their advantage. Ward expecting a handoff. He tried to lay it in and cannot. Here's Steffen. Over to Wolcock. To Brooks. Ainsworth working one-on-one, but all alone underneath. A kick out, but the quick walk by Brooks results in a turnover.
The thing you would think when you look at this team on paper without watching any film is with all this size, you would think Lawrence Tech's game plan, which is every game, to just shoot the three ball would work. However, when you look at the film, these guys playing at 6'7", 6'8" are very, very athletic, and they can run on the perimeter with these guys. So it's going to be tough for Lawrence Tech.
Beautiful backside cut. What a finish by Beavers. 1 point from tying the record, a record that was held by Jake Mullen from his days in 2012 to 2016. Ainsworth puts up a two. He gets it. Ainsworth is already up to 8 points.
And here we go, John.
So here it is. Yanulsis spin down low, a kick out. Ward thought about it. He'll take a drive down low again against Ainsworth. Good block. Ward gets it out. Shot clock is winding down. Beavers a step back three off the heel. Loose ball picked up by Dolney. A fresh shot clock. He'll take a three-ball chance just off the mark. Rebounded by Steffen. All the way close underneath. And a finish by Ainsworth. He's already in double digits. This Cornerstone team, that was the first real play in transition in which they worked quickly and put on the finish. Back to action. We also apologize for any of the scoreboard updates that look to be updated here soon. Gonzalez gives way to Ward. Ward again has space, elects not to take it. Underneath, gets over Ainsworth, and Nathaniel Ward gets his first bucket.
That's a big nod of confidence for Ward because, like I said, Ainsworth is a physical presence down there, a just true brick wall. So for him to go up there and convert on a bucket is great for the mental.
Ward at 6'6". as that three ball goes in by Wolcott. We go to our first media timeout. We'll be right back.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
13:41 left to go in this first half. 15-9. Cornerstone is currently leading the way after a very fast start, courtesy of Corey Ainsworth, and basically already up to 10 points. It was already crucial that he got off to a hot start. He's going to sit on the bench for a little while, as they're going to bring in Mason Brooks and also Connor Dykema, junior forward from Caledonia. There's a lot of Caledonia, a lot of athletes from that region of the state. Also Cameron McEvans, Blake London, a huge guard-heavy lineup for Lawrence Tech. Unosis with the contact from behind, keeps his dribble underneath, pressured by Dykema. And now Lund with the takeaway as it was nearly knocked free by Bird. And then the trip. Second foul called on Cornerstone.
For the fans viewing, the camera truly does not do justice to just how physically imposing number 21 Connor Dykema is. He is truly got some muscle, some size on him, and we are going to see that come into play against Unosis. You saw it right there. I mean, he was jamming him right at the point of contact.
We're gonna head into another media timeout. Brief pause in play. We'll be right back.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
13-18 left to go. Score remains the same. And meanwhile, the head storyline is that Brandon Beavers 1 point away from tying the record, and basically a bucket here just basically seals it. Again, held by Jake Mullen from 2016 to basically his day's end. Around the perimeter, ball is moving quickly. Hand off to Lund. Over to Unosis with a lot of space. Unosis, he gets the three ball. This team shoots the three ball more than anybody else in the country, and that was their first they made tonight.
And John, they make the three ball more than anybody in the country as well. And not just throwing up the shots, but they are making these things at a very, very high rate. And it is everybody on this team. Unosis is the center, and he's making threes.
Give and go to Wolcott, kicks out to Brooks. Brooks in a mismatch, got around Lund, and with the layup and a hard finish on the floor. Mason Brooks gets his first bucket. Again, you go with a guard-heavy lineup against this very tall, talented Cornerstone team. You're going to look for those matchups on the offensive side, defensive side. Now McEvans will take a three ball. Is off the mark. Rebounded by Bird.
The thing I'm loving to see most is that Beavers is showing his selfless play. He's not trying. He's not.
Off the mark by Bird. Rebounded by Gonzalez, but he's going to get fouled as he was trying to secure it.
Like I was saying, Beavers is just being selfless. He's not calling for the ball. He's not over-calling for the ball. He's not trying too hard to get the shot. He's just letting everything come to him, letting everything happen. Last game, he was 13 points away. He only had 7 points, which is uncharacteristic for him. But he had a bunch of assists. Just kind of shows, it's a testament to the man that Brandon Beavers is, who is the focal point. He is the heartbeat of this Lawrence Tech team.
A trio of subs come in, including one, Blake Stewart, off the bench for the first time tonight. Nathaniel Ward back in as well, give and go to McEvans. McEvans inside the paint. He's going to get fouled from behind. And the foul is going to be on Steffen. Already the fourth team foul, and just about halfway through this first half for Cornerstone.
Kind of a similar start we saw to the women's game. In the bonus, quickly.
Ward gives to Gonzalez. Three ball from the wing. Gonzalez gets his first. 2-point game now.
Gonzalez is coming off a great stretch of the last 2 games. Double-digit points in both of those. Been shooting the rock really, really well.
He was voted WAC Player of the Week just a few weeks back, and there's a foul away from the ball. As that was Luke Rowlandson, who was last week's WAC Player of the Week.
Lawrence Tech players, man, they are getting highlighted by this conference. They are just playing very high-level basketball in general.
More subs coming in. We see Ainsworth back in along with Andy Mora, a freshman guard. So Cornerstone is going heavy on their bench here in the first half, trying to rotate a lot of bodies in and out. And they've got the height to do it. So, and now a drive in by Rowlandson. Good pressure by Lund. Mora around the perimeter. Joldersma, he gets the three.
The confidence Mr. Joldersma had in that shot. He put that thing up and he started walking away. He knew that was going to fall.
Beavers lost it. Regained it at the baseline. Ward, give and go to McEvans. Pull up, a good pass with a lot of space. Off the heel. Kept in by Beavers. Joldersma gets the hands on it. Able to secure it. McEvans lost the handle and it goes out of bounds. Lawrence Tech, if they're going to want to take aggressive drives like this against a very tall, talented team, they've got to have good ball security.
Absolutely, and it hasn't been up to par, to say the least, so far. But that is also a testament that this Golden Eagles team is really, really good at defending the paint.
Joldersma will take another one. Off the mark. A battle for the rebound, but it's off of McEvans. Aaron Dolney will check back in, and he will replace McEvans.
Yeah, just a tough sequence of events, I should say. Sorry for McEvans right there. He loses the handle on the drive. Gets a costly, out-of-bounds play right there, which could have been a turnover.
Rowlandson out of the screen, lost the handle. It's a race for the ball. It's picked up by Lund as it was heading out. Gives way to Beavers. Beavers gives way to Ward underneath with all the contact. No foul called. Ainsworth picked it clean. The other way was Stewart. Could not put on the finish. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Back and forth we go in a 5-point game. Beavers thought about a kick out. Dolney, a three ball from the wing. Does not get the friendly bounce. Rebounded by Joldersma.
Been a long, scoreless skid here for the Blue Devils. Looking for a basket, just can't find one. And they're trying everything to do it.
Here's the chance. Beavers all alone underneath. There it is. Brandon Beavers is now the all-time points leader in the history of Lawrence Tech.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Brandon Beavers. You are forever a part of history.
Foul is called, but there it is as the cheering squad has it up. And now we'll take a ceremonial media timeout to celebrate this moment. 1,312 points to take over Jake Mullen for the all-time lead.
Man, John, it just feels, we feel honored to even be a part of this moment. You know, I haven't been here for all 5 years of Mr. Brandon Beaver's career. However, I know that he came back, and it does mean so much to him to be able to do it in a Blue Devil uniform. And just from the year that I've watched this kid, he's been so impressive, so deserving. And it took him 8 minutes to do it, but he was selfless, and he got it on a hustle play. Congratulations again to Mr. Number 0.
And Beavers, when I talked to Josh Pickens before the game about when Beavers first burst onto the scene, what impressed Josh Pickens so much about him was his maturity right out of the gate. And the fact that he was already a leader on the court within his first year. That is what impressed him so much, because a lot of guys come into programs, they're nervous, they want to get to know everybody. But Brandon Beavers just broke down the door and basically said, I'm taking over.
And for all you Blue Devil faithfuls, you know that Beavers isn't the most vocal leader, though. Beavers is a guy who lets his actions lead. He is always making the tough plays, even though he truthfully is one of the better players out there. But the most important thing, and the thing that stands out to me, is Brandon Beavers is a very composed human being. He's a very composed player. You're never going to see the guy lose his cool, even when he's not having his best night. And he's always willing to put his team first, as the teammates in the huddle right there are giving him a little congratulation, pats on the back, they're going to give him a little bit of rest here too, to kind of soak in the moment. I'm sure it's a sigh of relief, to get something like that finally off your chest.
But always know Josh Pickens, he's not going to put Beavers on the bench for very long, because this game is far from over, as basically just get the moment out of the way. Inside, good cut by Jodesma, one-on-one, kick out, Nora from the 3 range, he gets it. Andy Mora, the freshman guard from San Jose, Costa Rica, gets that first shot.
A long, long ways away.
We see a lot of teams that go to their bench so often and use a lot of bodies. Lawrence Tech, they use a limited bench with a lot of basically starters, in which loose ball on the court, picked up by Jodesma, gives way to Mora. Fast break. From behind, got probably tripped, but Mora finishes it off.
The scoring ability, John, of this Golden Eagles team is off the charts. These are bench players making plays like that. Everybody's getting their hands in the mix. Just truly a very, very perfect dream start for the Golden Eagles.
To the corner, Yanosis, off the mark, rebounded by Ainsworth. Because at this point, for Lawrence Tech, you don't want to get the game out of hand early, because you got to have good ball security, good secure passes. Hand off to Stewart. Looking for some open options, and they do so with Jodesma down low. A kick out to the corner, around the perimeter. Mora fake the handoff, goes one more, try to get one more pass, but they do call a foul on Ainsworth.
That is a tough break, because, the ball movement, John, it's next level. These guys are they're not afraid. They're not afraid to make that next pass, that one more. Just a tough break there for Ainsworth.
That was almost like 10 passes within that one stretch right there, that one possession.
It's beautiful to watch.
Hand off to Shamar Matthews, who's in for Beavers. Gives way to Ward. Over to Lund. They got to get a shot off. To Dolney, top of the key, 3-ball, he gets it at the buzzer! Aaron Dolney gets his first 3 of the night, and it could not come at a better time. And now we get a foul away from the ball. But also one thing to mention about Josh Pickens, you saw all the ball movement about Cornerstone. Josh Pickens' method is about ball movement as well. Basically, his words, let the ball talk. Get it to another guy. You got to have everybody at least speak to it one time before they get a shot off. But unless you have the space, take this shot. If you don't, get it to somebody else.
Absolutely. It goes back to the old philosophy. If you aren't open, somebody else is. So find them, and find them as fast as possible.
Beavers and McEvans are back in. Underneath, with some contact, Steffen really turned around McEvans with the defense. 7-point lead now as Shoulders. Ainsworth is up to 10. Steffen now is 4. Beavers, 3-ball. He gets it through. He adds on to his now leading point total. Basically, the question was when, but now the question is how much. 3-ball from the corner by Rollinson, and he gets that one through. Last week's WAC Player of the Week gets his first bucket. This is just the elite level in which we're experiencing. Dolney giving go to Beavers on a switch. Underneath, Ward, he got hit. A lot of bodies were flying. Look out below.
There's a car crash down there. My goodness.
Joldersma got the worst of that. He was almost hanging on the rim. And they will call the foul on Corey Ainsworth. That's his second. Fifth-year senior. And you can see Jack Joldersma limping on that one. And we also talked that you were at a Cornerstone's game against U of M Dearborn, and they flexed their muscles all over the place. They were just dunking the basketball, getting all kinds of shots off. They were just having fun at that point.
Yeah, did they ever? I mean, truthfully, one of the most unbelievable single-team performances I've ever seen. They scored 120 points in that game to U of M Dearborn's 85, and like you said, they were flexing their muscles, and it was everybody. That bench was wiped. Nobody on there was wearing their shooting shirts because they were all slamming the basketball home.
Ward goes 1 for 2 from the line. Brooks slings it over for Rollinson. Over to Wocock. That perimeter passing has been on point. Down low for Dykma. Good reverse layup as he got around Yanulsis.
They are crafty as well. I mean, they can score at all facets, whether it be with the right, whether it be with the left. I mean, this is a very well-coached basketball team by Kim Elders.
Underneath, and a good block by Dykma.
Dykma said, "You had your moment, son. I'm going to show you a little bit of Golden Eagle basketball right there."
Rollinson a shot was just a bit short. Might have gotten tipped by McEvans. Yanulsis gives over to Ward. With the space, Ward just off the point. You saw the space. They were almost daring Ward to shoot the 3 there.
Once again, you took the words out of my mouth. It was almost that they were silently saying, "I dare you," because we know you're not going to make it.
With the space, Brooks will take a 3-ball himself off the mark. Battling for the rebound. Dykma gets it and slings it out to Steffen. Inside the paint, Steffen with the lane. Strong finish. Timeout called. It is a 10-point lead for the Golden Eagles.
The Golden Eagles, once again, like I said, it has been a dream start. The 3-ball's fallen. The inside game, the paint work is working. They're getting their breaks defensively. And all together, they're just playing as a team. The bench is scoring. Everything is working for the Golden Eagles and Kim Elders.
This is a full timeout with 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. As we look at some of the numbers here, you can see the rebounds are just right in the favor of Cornerstone, 16-11. And just the efficiency of how everything is going. Cornerstone shooting 58% from inside the arc, 14 out of 24. And of course, Lawrence Tech always leading the way. They're averaging almost 34 3-point attempts per game. That's the largest and most attempts in the country.
Yeah, I believe they've shot well over 583s on the year, which if you want to do some stat diving on the Presto Sports app, you will find that there is nobody even close when it comes to that second-place team in the country for 3-point attempts.
And this is basically another statistic to show you the size advantage. Points in the paint. The Eagles with 16 matching up to only the Lawrence Tech 8. But yet Lawrence Tech has made a few changes. They have 9 points off of the turnovers, in which the turnovers are almost even, 5-3.
It's going to be a point of emphasis. You have to convert when you are given your free opportunities, whether it be at the line or whether it be off turnovers.
Because with a team like Cornerstone, they're not going to give you many free opportunities as Lawrence Tech starts out with the ball out of the timeout. Looking for the backside cut. Beavers a good fake. Inside kick out. McEvans to the corner. Off the mark. High off the glass. Rebounded by Wilcock.
That's the stuff Coach Pickens loves to see, man. He had a look, but he gave it off to the next guy. Didn't convert, but those are going to fall if you keep looking at it.
Bird will take a three ball. He gets it. Caden Bird, the freshman guard from Caledonia, gets his first bucket. And once again, the shots are falling for the Eagles.
At some point, the coaching staff has to draw away from frustration and seriously just tip their cap because Blake Lund was in his face and he still knocked it down.
That pass got through to Gonzalez. Bounce pass, pull-up jumper. Looking for the glass, rebounded by Wilcock. Across for Bird. Around the perimeter inside. Give and go. Nearly gave him some space. Wilcock down the lane. A good swipe by Beavers to force the out-of-bounds play.
It's good to know that they're going to be aggressive when driving. You always got to try and get your hand in there, and it's always a good thing, too, when you swipe it clean. But you can't always do it because that will generate a lot of fouls, but it's good to know that they are still being aggressive given the foul totals that both teams have.
Mismatch underneath Brooks and a takeaway by McEvans. McEvans thinks about it with the contact, throws it off the glass and lays it in.
That is a great job by McEvans. Once again, being aggressive on the drive, picks it clean, and then scores in transition.
Even on the mismatch, McEvans, realizing contact was going to be made, put it up on a good angle.
Absolutely.
Brooks to Steffen. They're trying to get to Dykma down low. Instead, it's a three-ball chance, rebounded by Lund. Now quickly, Blake Lund. Give and go to McEvans. Good behind the back, down the lane. The contact just rolled off. McEvans is going to go to the line, and now Lawrence Tech is in the bonus, as that's the 7th team foul by Cornerstone.
It's big. I mean, to get in the bonus, it is a little late in the half, but nonetheless, they are in it, and now every single foul opportunity, what it ultimately does, besides sending you to the line on every single foul, is it takes away a little bit of aggressiveness out of the Golden Eagles in terms of how they're going to play defensively, which hopefully opens up more open opportunities for scoring for the Blue Devils to get them back into this one.
Andy Moore checks back in along with Luke Rowlandson. 11-point lead now for Cornerstone. Just rolled off. McEvans goes 0 for 2 from the line. And those points are crucial in a game like this.
Every single one of them matters. Capitalizing on the free opportunities, right? You're not going to get a ton of them, but when you do, you have to convert.
Wilcock got around the screen. Feed inside to Bird. Got it through the hand of Dolney. Back to around the perimeter. Mora. Three with a hand to the face. Picked up by Lund on the ricochet.
That literally was defense hand in the face.
Lund will take one from the top of the key, just off the mark. Rebounded by Bird. Bird thought about it. Gives back to Rowlandson. Off the screen. Rowlandson got through. Kick out to Mora. Around the perimeter. Wilcock off the mark. Rebounded by Dolney. Got around. Beavers inside the paint. Kick over to McEvans. Off the mark with his three chance.
The Blue Devils are getting great looks. They are creating great looks. But, the ball's just not always going to fall. You keep taking those, you hope that they're going to fall, especially with a deficit like this.
Pull-up jumper by Rowlandson was bit off the mark. Lawrence Tech coming into tonight had won 3 out of their last 4 conference games, as Yanulsis will take one himself. He gets it through. Yanulsis has 2 threes on the night.
Like I was saying, keep shooting it because they will fall. Especially the analytics definitely say they will keep falling in terms of the percentage that this team is shooting the 3 ball.
Give and go in a hard screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Mora. 8th team foul on Cornerstone, and it's going to go the other way. That's only Morris first as we get a couple of subs back in. Joldersma and Stewart. Approaching a minute left to go in this first half. What has been a rather low-scoring affair, but still back and forth. Lawrence Tech trying to make this gap even more worth as we get another foul called, and this one is going to be on Caden Bird.
If you remember last year, it's the last time these two teams played, it was another low-scoring affair as well. I believe the score was 49-64 the last time these two teams met. So, both teams respect each other and they play very good. They know each other well. They play a lot of great defense against each other. But once again, I will say, from the film that I've watched, this Cornerstone team is more efficient offensively than they were last year.
Lund makes his first, but we talked about the fact that wins have been hard to come by for Lawrence Tech when it comes to facing Cornerstone. Only 3 wins over the past just over a decade worth of this matchup as Joldersma makes the rebound. The last win for Lawrence Tech was last year on the road in Grand Rapids, a 78-74 finish, and yet Cornerstone came into town and took command early and just held their ground the rest of the time as we get another foul away from the ball. And it's going to be on Blake Lund.
And that is a correction on my part. The last time these two teams played, the Blue Devils fell 69-44. That game was played on February 19th of 2023.
And now we get another foul away, and it's going to be on McEvans. And that's going to put Cornerstone into the bonus. So 2 straight fouls that were away from the ball have cost Lawrence Tech any chance of getting the ball back to making this a closer type score.
Just self-imposing mistakes. They can't happen in this game. Not right now, especially going into the second half. Having a single-digit lead, which by the end of this could be nearing a double-digit lead, that is something that you don't want to go into the locker room with.
Mora makes 2. 9-point lead now. 45 seconds left to go. Lawrence Tech, even though this has been almost a double-digit lead, as Beavers takes a drive, and what a finish! With all the contact, Beavers is now up to 12.
Such a great job. Beavers in that moment knew he had to lift his team up, and he knew he has the ability to do it against anybody, no matter who's matching up against him, and he just took the ball in his own hands, went down to the basket, and converted.
Around the perimeter, about a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the play clock. Cornerstone trying to use all of it. Final second, Moore's got to put up a shot. Awkwardly he does, and since it did not hit the rim, it is a shot clock violation. 4.5 seconds left to go, but you think this is a better score than what it could have been because you're facing one of the top teams in the WAC. So therefore, this is a good, manageable score. Now they'll put 1 more second back on 5.5.
Yeah, John, and if you look back on this team's schedule and look at the top teams in the WAC, Lawrence, Madonna, and Cornerstone, they have matched up super, super well. They took the top team in the conference, who is also the 6th-ranked team in the country. They took them to overtime and actually got the victory. And then against Madonna, just the last time they were here,
lost the handle, and that is going to probably put the final touches on this first half as Beavers had it knocked away before he could take a shot off. But this is a manageable score for Lawrence Tech, 39-32. Your quick thoughts?
Yeah, so just to finish up that thought, they took Madonna to the last shot as well, so they have matched up very well against the top teams, and we are seeing that right now. This is an efficient offense in Cornerstone, but Lawrence Tech is here. They are competing. They got a manageable deficit here heading into the second half.
We'll return in about 15 minutes for the second half of our nightcap doubleheader. We'll be right back in a moment. Back here for the second half of our nightcap, a WAC doubleheader for Wednesday night hoops in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. John Stowe and Robbie Elliott back with you. We thank you for tuning in, especially for this game. 39-32, Cornerstone leads it, and we just talked about it, Robbie, the fact that you look at this Cornerstone team, you look at their height, you look at their athleticism. Lawrence Tech is down by 7, but yet that is a good, manageable deficit to be down to this kind of team.
Absolutely. And like the other thing we talked about, they've held their great scorers to very marginal points. They started off, they definitely smacked them in the mouth, but Coach Pickens and the LTU squad made their adjustments, and they have answered back. And like you said, we now have a 7-point matchup to start the second half.
So Brandon Beavers, back in the first half, just became the all-time leading scorer in the modern era of Lawrence Tech. Since the rebirth back in 2012, he's going to kick out to Ward. Over to Unosis. After the screen, Unosis, a drive down lane off the high glass. Ward battles for the rebound, but they're going to call a foul on Ward for his attempts. And that's Ward's second.
Tough call there. For LTU, to close this gap and ultimately take the lead, somebody in the bathroom actually asked me, what do they got to do? And I said, number 0's got to go into takeover mode, because when he does, he kickstarts everything for this LTU team.
Easy lane for Rollinson, using the height, rebounding by Ward. Beavers in transition, over to Gonzalez, a pull-up 3, he gets it! Gonzalez makes things a little bit closer now.
And as I say that, he finds a wide-open Gonzalez for a big 3 to put this thing within 2 possessions.
Gonzalez has 2 3-pointers on the night. Those are his only buckets. And meanwhile, Ainsworth is holding his head, but they're going to call another foul on Ward. And this is crucial because they need Ward, his athletic ability, down low.
Because he may not match up size-wise to Ainsworth, but as we have a fan chiming in as to the reason why the foul should not have been called. Anyways, but like I was saying, Ward matches up well with Ainsworth because, like you said, he's so athletic that he creates havoc down there for Ainsworth. He gets his hands up. He's always in his face. Tough break here, beginning of this half for Mr. Nathaniel Ward.
And meanwhile, the pressure by Gonzalez is going to cost him. That's 3 straight fouls has been called on Lawrence Tech for the aggressive defense. And that's going to be the second one to Gonzalez. You can't really start knock it down on your height here because Gonzalez, at the 6'6", one of the more taller guys on the team, because that has basically been the average height of all their forwards on the squad.
Absolutely, and like you said, these calls are getting called simply because there is a height disadvantage, and I don't know if you can call it that way because there's nothing Lawrence Tech can do, or else they will get beat pretty badly here.
Steffen. Gives way to Wolcock around the perimeter, down low. Steffen one-on-one with Dolney, and the hands up, and a block by Gonzalez. Picked up by Ainsworth. Shot clock is winding down. And they did not get the shot off in time. Well, actually they did, but no rim. Shot clock violation.
The aggressive play, the 2 whistles did not stop them. They continued to be aggressive, crashed the basket as the drive came, got the block, and then ultimately forced a late last-second shot that was an air ball, and now they got the ball back.
A handoff, kick out, top of the key, Unosis. Just off the mark. And only one man down there to crash the boards. That was Gonzalez. Wolcock gives to Ainsworth, a long 2. Off the mark, rebounded by Beavers.
The bench yelling for Beavers to take that one down the floor as he rebounded it.
Inside, a kick out again. Gonzalez will try another one off the heel. Rebounded by Steffen. Steffen pulls up. And now a takeaway on the pass by Lund. Almost a 3-on-2. Lund is going to hold up to Dolney. Over to the corner for Beavers. A drive in. Kick out. Dolney will try his chance. Off the mark again. You can almost kind of see that it was a bit of miscommunication on that whole drive after the steal.
Absolutely. I think Coach Pickens wanted Lund to drive to the basket and not slow the offense down.
And once again, another long 2 by Ainsworth doesn't fall.
Because just right now, the three ball is just not falling for the Blue Devils, so therefore you got to attack the basket and try to find some way to get the ball through the net.
Faked underneath, and a block by Wilcock. That's going to stay with the Blue Devils. We see the Golden Eagles, their height really helps them out, especially with the blocks. But you talked about the three ball not falling. 7 out of 23 for Lawrence Tech. They're going to probably shoot more than their average here tonight against this team.
Right, because in some ways you can't drive for that exact reason what just happened to Beavers.
Shot clock down to 5. Unosa, spin around, fade away, off the mark. And again, nobody's there to crash the boards.
It's hard to get position on a guy as strong and as physically imposing as Corey Ainsworth is. I know I've said it once, but I will say it the rest of this broadcast because he truly is just that much of a presence down there.
And we get another foul away from the ball. And it's going to be on Unosis.
I mean, they are battling down there. It is a war down in the paint. And LTU is just not winning it right now. The Blue Devils are having a hard time getting positioning with Ainsworth as he finally comes off the floor, which I'm sure is a sigh of relief for the Blue Devils. But they're up to 4 fouls already.
Connor Dagba checks in for Ainsworth as Unosis was called for a second foul. McEvans checks in. So this is more of a guard-heavy lineup, and it's going to be on the job of Alejandro Gonzalez to help out the forwards. A handoff underneath. The ball is ricocheting around, and on the last touch, what an alert play by Beavers to get it off the leg of Jodersma.
The kid, he can score it with the best of anybody, but he makes all of the hustle plays, which I just love to see for a guy as talented as Brendan Beavers is.
McEvans to Gonzalez, a good fake. Gonzalez inside, and another tip and a block, that time by Dykma.
This team has so much size, so much just ability at the rim.
Long 2 on the 18-footer by Jodersma. That's the first Cornerstone bucket of this half. It took 5 minutes worth.
You took the words out of my mouth again. The chemistry is just flowing right now, John.
Gonzalez will try again from the wing. Gonzalez gets another. He's up to 9 on the night. A little bit of fire to make it a 3-point game. A lot of contact there on the potential screen. Lawrence Tech players trying to hold their ground against their opponents. A drive by Dykba, one-on-one Gonzalez, good pressure, but they're going to call a foul again.
In my opinion, at least, John, from up here, it looked like that was just a tie-up. That was simply just two bodies running into each other. Didn't look like it was purposeful or any way to get him out of the way, but, you know, once again, stripes are down there for a reason.
That's already the 15th foul on Lawrence Tech. You cannot really put Cornerstone into the bonus this early. No team fouls on the side of the Golden Eagles. A feed underneath and a strip by Lund, but he stepped out of bounds right before he could put it in. But that's the hustle of Blake Lund. Josh Pickett speaks so highly of him off the bench.
He is the definition of hustle. Watch him play. Watch him off the ball. He does such a great job of being in the right position at the right time.
Stefan, a kick out to Jodersma. Across for Wolcock. A give and go. Stefan, pull up 2. Off the mark. Rebounded by Beavers. Beavers already with 5 rebounds. Line underneath pass to Gonzalez. Feed to McEvans. Stopped up in his tracks. McEvans to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will try again. Just rolled off. It was close. The rim could not hold it. Around for Stewart. For Wolcock. A little floater, and that one goes in. What a beauty by Wolcock.
The scoring ability, John. We're going to talk about it for the rest of this half, but they have just put on a pure display, a pure masterclass of scoring at all different levels.
Gonzalez down low trying to work his way, but they're going to call a foul on Dykba as he got the knee up there. And we will officially go to our first media timeout of the second half. The score is getting a little bit closer. It's 43-38, and Cornerstone remains on top. We'll be back in a moment.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
$14:09 left to go in the second half between Cornerstone and Lawrence Tech. And for LTU, they're just trying to accomplish their seventh conference win of the season. They currently sit at 6-5. And for Cornerstone coming in, they've won 5 straight. So they want to get their 6th straight and continue getting up to the very top of the WAG. And we talked about efficient shooting. Cornerstone is shooting 17 out of 36 from the field goal range. That is a 47% shooting percentage.
We talked about it off air. The Golden Eagles truly have one of the most efficient offenses I've seen out of an NAIA team, especially in this conference. But the point that we made just off the break was that Lawrence Tech is leaving a lot of points out there at the line. They are 2 for 6 from the free throw line. You even convert just 1 or 2 more of those, and now this thing's a 1-possession game.
Quick foul by Mason Brooks. It's his first of the night. He's back in, along with Caden Bird. To the corner for Dolney. Bit of a wide pass. Drive to the baseline. Kick out to McEvans. Inside the lane. McEvans analyzing his options. Step back 3. McEvans gets it.
Seems like this kid always comes up in the big moments when the team needs him, right? He's not a starter. He's a bench player, but he hits the big shots.
McEvans was the one who scored the 3-pointer in the game against Lawrence to send it into overtime with 10 seconds left. Cornerstone gets it back underneath. Good finish by Joldersma. And that's just the Eagles just not giving up on the play.
No, and they haven't done that all night. They are hustling after every ball, going after every rebound.
Beavers, good backside cut, and the reverse layup does not fall by Dolney. Good look overall. Now quick the other way. Brooks underneath to Stewart. Kick out. Bird, the 3-ball. He gets it. A sequence and a beauty for Cornerstone to up their lead to 7.
I mean, Beavers had a great pass there. It was unfortunate that Dolney couldn't come down with it, but this team just continues to just dig that dagger into them deeper and deeper.
Gets the push, and he gets the foul. Beavers will go to the line to shoot as the foul is called on Blake Stewart, the sophomore guard from Grand Rapids.
Just the fact that it's still 7 points, though, is something to note because Cornerstone is starting to go on runs, but LTU has done a great job of just hanging in there and just not allowing large runs. They are stopping the runs for answering the big offensive possessions and free throws. Free throws that is so important if they want to come back.
Unosis is back in along with Corey Ainsworth as Dolney appears he might have gotten a cut a bit. He just sprinted right to the locker room. So hopefully he's all right and be able to return because he's a crucial shooter.
Maybe a little nosebleed, might have took an elbow to the face, something like that. It looked like his hand was on his face. I'll have to keep note on that one.
Must have been the result of that reverse layup try because it was definitely a great look and he got a lot of contact. Meanwhile, the other way was Stewart trying to reverse layup his own, but Corey Ainsworth was right there to pick it up, but his foot landed right out of bounds. So you look at it this way. Cornerstone, they're already up to 14 fouls when they had none, and Lawrence Tech is at 5. Lawrence Tech has been able to shift the momentum, keep this game within what it is, as Beavers takes a drive and a beautiful layup. Beavers is up to 16.
That's what I was telling my good friend Ernie in the bathroom, man. Shout out to you, Ernie. Brendan Beavers needs to take over, and he's doing that, and now we are at a 3-point deficit.
Stewart had some space. Bird thought about it and nearly knocked loose by Lund. Steffen gives way to Brooks on a mismatch with McEvans. Beavers comes out in the double team, and a pass out cut in front by Yanulsis, and he lost the handle, and it's a turnover. A crucial turnover by Giannis Yanulsis.
But the thing to note is, what does number 0 do? He gets his guy's head, he gets Yanulsis' head right back into it. He said, hey, we're going to get another opportunity. It's okay. Calm down, breathe. We still got another possession. That's basketball. You're going to turn the ball over. It's a long game. Keep your head into it. Don't look at those mistakes. Continue to look forward.
Yanulsis is a transfer junior, and still, even for his first year in the program, he plays with a lot of heart and a lot of emotion. A feed pass down low for Rollinson, a kick out to Bird. He'll try another 3 balls off the mark, rebounded by Beavers. Beavers analyzing, using speed, a kick out to the corner. Gonzalez, the 3 ball. He gets it! Gonzalez into double digits to make it a tie game.
Great movement. Beavers could have taken it there, but Yanulsis gets it to Yanulsis, and he does the thing that everybody else is doing. Selfless, gets it to Gonzalez. We got a tie game.
We get a foul as Rollinson was on his way, and Beavers got tripped up with him. That's the 7th team foul on Lawrence Tech, so that's going to put Cornerstone into the bonus, but more importantly, a tie game is more than crucial. And now there's a bit of this, as they had that wrong, it's actually only the team's 6th foul, and they called the foul on Cameron McEvans. Rolling on 1, kick out, Mora, he's had a great night. Good fake, good pump, could not put up the 2. Picked up by McEvans. McEvans, the Southfield native, a drive, a finish, tipped up, and a big collision on the other end. Everybody in disbelief, and this is a crucial foul to call, and they will call it against Ainsworth.
Ainsworth deserves the credit for the effort there. I mean, seriously, going up on a big man like that.
And they're going to call a personal foul as Ainsworth is going to be escorted off the court. This is a huge foul.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Ainsworth just lost his composure. He simply couldn't keep his mouth quiet, and this is the type of stuff. You want to beat a good team, you get inside the ears, and they are doing just that right now. You'll notice 2 big free throws here.
Makes the first for Ainsworth. That's his 3rd foul, but it wasn't so much about the play itself. It was after the play. He just could not stop arguing with the officials, and therefore they called it. As Yanulsis goes 1 for 2, and Lawrence Tech will maintain possession. But this is huge because Ainsworth is their leading guy. At 6'9", the versatility and the height is there, as they will need him crucial in this game. We're almost halfway through as Lawrence Tech takes their first lead of the night, 49-48.
What a time.
Hand off to Beavers. Gets it over to McEvans. Gets it to Gonzalez, but he could not secure the ball first. Another costly turnover.
And once again, I'm going to continue to point it out because it's his night. Brendan Beavers went right there, and he looked at Gonzalez and said, hey, that's on me. That's on me.
I mean, turning up to the point, Cornerstone has 14 turnovers. Lawrence Tech has only committed 5, as they cannot afford any more. Ainsworth down low. Going to use that size. Powers his way. A powerful finish by the big man, Corey Ainsworth.
That one was a little personal, John. Corey Ainsworth had something to prove right there. He wanted to shut the nuisance up, shut everybody else up. He did just that.
You almost like saw him shrug the shoulders a bit, like he was ready just to power his way in. A kick out. Yanulsis, 3 ball, off the mark. Rebounded by Mora. Gives way to Rollinson. Screen. Rollinson step back. And again, another foul away from the ball, and they're going to call it on Gonzalez. There's been so many penalties, or fouls rather, away from the play. And it's just all these guys just trying to get in position, trying to outdo each other. And now it is official that Cornerstone is into the bonus.
It's got to be a little bit of a sigh of relief, though, to Pickens, knowing that his guys aren't backing away from the size of this advantage. I mean, the heart of these kids, the true, I want to call it bulldog in them, they're not going to back down, and they're going to let you know that they are there.
1-and-1 try, does not go. Gonzalez, 3-ball for the key, off the mark. A battle for the rebound, and it was last touch by Bird. What a play by Blake Lund. On the run, going out of bounds.
Man, I mean, you saw it. Coach Pickens ran over to him, gave him a pat on the back. That's the stuff that doesn't show up on the score sheet.
And we go into a media timeout and that out of bounds play. We're returning in a moment. We've got a great game going on for our nightcap.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
When you look at a matchup like this on paper, you think Cornerstone has got the early edge. But that has just not been the case because we looked at all the stats, and it's just so close, but yet so far apart. It's just resulting in a one-point game, and that is what it is.
Well, yeah, the two stats that kind of counteract each other is the fact that Cornerstone is leading in the rebound category by 10. However, they are losing.
Kick out. Gonzalez thought about it to McEvans. A drive down the baseline. A good one, but there's a foul going up. McEvans is going to go to the line. But to finish your thought, the fact that Cornerstone leads in turnovers by quite a margin. They had 14, and that is just so uncharacteristic for a team of this style.
Absolutely. But what is it that Lawrence Tech has done that I believe has gotten into the head of Cornerstone? And that is they haven't given up their positioning down there, and they are truly battling. It is, like I said earlier, a war in the paint.
This is the 15th foul on Cornerstone, and now the officials are getting together. I think it's to discuss who the foul was called because it was a double team underneath that was trying to go for the block against McEvans. So they will call it against Jack Joldersma. That's his second. As McEvans makes the first. It's been this area for Lawrence Tech that has given them a little bit of trouble here tonight. 6 out of 11 now from the charity stripe.
However, they have been better in the second half.
Lawrence Tech is currently outscoring Cornerstone here 19-11 as they retake the lead. As Nathaniel Ward comes back in, Gonzalez will depart. So it's crucial that Ward really steps up in this matchup here against Ainsworth.
But that he's smart and that his movement is efficient.
Long three by Rollinson, off the mark, but again, there's a foul away from the ball, and they're going to call it against Ward. Once again, these officials are keeping track of everything that's happening away from the play.
Absolutely, I was just about to say that. It is a battle of positioning, and in some ways you have to let the hand fight happen, and you have to let the body fight happen because it's an unfortunate series of events there because Ward just checked in, now he has to check back out because he is
1-1 try, and Ainsworth, he missed the first try, but he got it this time around.
So we're hearing loud chants from our student section here at Don Ridler Fieldhouse.
The crowd here definitely knows what's at stake. Not just for the moment for Brandon Beavers, the fact that he's now the leading scorer in his career at Lawrence Tech, but the fact that this matchup has so much riding on it within conference play. Beavers on the inside looking for an open man. He gets it out. Over to McEvans. McEvans down the lane. He got hit from behind, and they will call the foul. And now it's Cornerstone in disbelief. I believe both sides have definitely had a bit enough of the officiating for here tonight.
Absolutely, but in my opinion, Lawrence Tech has kept their composure a little better. Eli Steffen definitely flirting with a T right there. And
he's called for his third. You would think if this was a football game, it'd be laundry day out there.
Absolutely. Love that reference.
Beavers got a double team, able to get it off to Gonzalez. Over to McEvans from the wing. McEvans got it! 2-point lead now for Lawrence Tech.
Ice in his veins, John. The clutch king in blue and white.
Ainsworth against Gonzalez. Inside on the backdoor cut and the reverse layup by Joldersma. Another beautiful look.
This game is getting a little chippy, John. John just, looking at the refs, looking for their calls.
Step back three. McEvans just off the mark. Picked up by Wolcock, but as you said, these guys are just battling it out at this point. It is getting chippy as chippy it can get. And a near takeaway. It was tipped. And they're going to stick with Cornerstone on this one. But still, you see the defense right there. The fact they're able to get a hand on the ball and still force an out-of-bounds play.
No, they're making their presence known everywhere.
Ainsworth, long two. He gets that one. It was those kind of shots that Ainsworth was not getting earlier on, but now he makes that one. And now it's Cornerstone back on top. We've had 4 lead changes in the second half. Beavers in the lane from underneath. What a layup! Got around Ainsworth. Beavers is up to 18.
But when you need a bucket, you go to the guy who scored more than anybody who's worn the blue and white.
And we get an offensive foul called. And it's against Rollinson. And that will put Lawrence Tech into the bonus. Crucial timing on all these calls. And yeah, we still have 7.5 minutes left to go. And it is on Luke Rollinson. That's only his first, but yet he is having a few discussions with the officials as he's subbed out.
They are playing some of their best basketball. We have watched a lot of LTU basketball, but just the ability, the resiliency to answer back when adversity hits has been truly remarkable.
Unosa's thought about it, gives way to Beavers. Beavers to McEvans. Step back, almost had it on his feet. Skaters underneath, and another foul is called. McEvans is going to go to the line again. And it is on Ainsworth. That's his 4th. This game is just back and forth. It's almost like a 1-point last-minute shot like every single possession.
The anxiety, the emotion that is sitting in this building right now. Every single individual on these bleachers are just on the edge of their seat because every single play, like you said, has such magnitude. We have been treated to an absolute gem of a game so far.
McEvans goes 2 for 2 as Connor Dykma checks back in. Once again, another lead change. This has been more closer than any other affairs between these two teams. And we get another offensive foul, and it is on Dykma off the bench. Another offensive turnover by the Eagles. And that's Dykma's 4th as well. So 2 of their top centers have 4 fouls on the night.
Things are all falling into place for the Blue Devils now. It's how do you answer when your opportunity is presented.
Gonzalez underneath. Unosa's lost the handle. Picked up by Joldersma. And now Steffen working quickly in transition. Wall kinds of space. High arcing shot off the mark. Rebounded by Dykstra. Shot was short by Joldersma. Dykeman is down. He's able to get back up. Beavers gets through a double team. Kicks to McEvans from the wing. He gets it. Cameron McEvans, a crucial three. Timeout on the floor as to check on Connor Dykeman. But what a sequence by Lawrence Tech to take a 5-point lead.
Is his name Cameron McEvans or is it Cameron McClutch? My goodness, this man is taking the roof off this place.
McEvans is up to 15. Lawrence Tech it was a brief pause in play. So Gonzalez is going to come off. Aaron Dolan comes in. Lawrence Tech has 3 players now in double digits. Gonzalez with 12, McEvans with 15, and then 18 for Brandon Beavers as we do get a timeout called by Cornerstone. This is going to be a quick 30-second timeout. By correction, this is actually going to be a full timeout, and they will take another media timeout. So we're going to step aside, but what a ball game we have here. Lawrence Tech on top, 61-56. We'll be back in a moment.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Lawrence Tech, who shoots the 3 ball more than anybody else in the country at this point. They're shooting 37% from 3-point range here tonight. Their average is at the 34 percentile.
They're doing Lawrence Tech things, and they kind of started off in a Lawrence Tech way, very slow from the 3-point line, but then they slowly picked it back up, and now they're in the position they are in right now.
Cornerstone now with the opening possession off the timeout, and it's going to stay with them as McEvans got a hand in there. But it's that defense right there that causes these out-of-bounds play. More time to kill, but it's more for them to make better plays.
Just lots of pressure, John. It has truly been so fun to watch. They're not getting all the calls go their way, but like you said, they are just they're creating havoc.
6:06 left to go in the second half. If you're just joining us, the women's team took care of business and knocked off Cornerstone earlier tonight. And earlier in the first half, Brandon Beavers broke the record for the single leader score in the history of LTU since the rebirth, as that drive by Eli Steffen goes in to make things a little bit closer. A lot of moments to wreak havoc. Beavers one-on-one, a good drive, and another great aggressive finish by Beavers as he has a 20 spot.
Another day, another 20-point game for the man that wears number 0.
To the corner for Bird. Off the mark, rebounded by Lund. Beavers also has 7 rebounds to contribute and 4 assists. He has the first ever Lawrence Tech modern day triple-double back last month when they faced off against Concordia. Janulcis works his way in, powerful way, and a powerful finish. Janulcis keeps going. An answer for an answer. Joldersma gives way to Stewart. Stewart inside the lane, inside the paint, and a good finish on that end by Blake Stewart.
Just trading them back and forth, back and forth. It's truly going to probably come down to who's got this ball last.
Lund in open lane. He gets the finish. It almost was a goaltend as Stewart was hanging on the net. But meanwhile, Lund with the powerful finish. It's all those open lanes. So not so the 3 ball. Steffen inside, nearly walked. and a tip, and the official caught the ball.
Talking about a little bit of being in the wrong place. Official catching the ball. Possibly Beavers would have had to, take a leap into the crowd to save that one, but it was possible.
So we get some more subs coming in. Cody Ainsworth is back in. He has 4 fouls.
Expect the Blue Devils to attack him as soon as they get the ball.
Faked it. Rollinson steps aside. He gets that one. Rollinson has been quiet tonight, but he makes that crucial 3-ball. Last week's WAC Player of the Week, averaging 21 points a game. Coming tonight, has not reached double digits. Beavers, he has space. The 3-ball, he gets it. Beavers, 23 on the night. Timeout called on the court. Beavers takes control like he always does.
Man, he's fun to watch, isn't he?
This is going to be a full timeout, so we'll stay right here. But all the headlines, all these clutch shots. You get Brandon Beavers, just as tough as nails, tough as they come. Then you get Cameron McEvans. You could call him Mr. McClutch for that point. He is a Southfield native. He went right down the road at Southfield A&T, this year's state champions for their football program. This kind of talent is hard to come by. And the tenacity, just the inspiration and the emotions that this team is going through right now against the likes of such team as Cornerstone. They're giving it their all right now.
Absolutely, they're giving it their all, and they're doing it for that man, number 0, who has been such a selfless player. I'll say it again, but it's so important when you have a milestone game like this to also walk out the W. And McEvans, Lund, Gonzalez, they're all doing it, and they're doing such a great job. And they're doing this, mind you, John, without Nathaniel Ward, who has been such a key part defensively and offensively with the foul trouble he's in. He can't be on the court. The guys are stepping up. It's truly a next man up mentality on this Blue Devil squad.
You want to talk about also missing pieces. At the beginning of the year, Lawrence Tech is also without Andrew Wren, one of their premier starters from last year, a guy that could have averaged 20 points a game. He was definitely up in the high teens. He is out this year with an injury. So now it is Beavers' turn. After coming back, spending 1 year at Shawnee State, he still scored 399 points during his 1-year stay. Rollinson from way beyond the wing. Unosis with the rebound. He's getting double teamed in the corner, and Wisely gets it off. It is those plays that have kept Lawrence Tech in this game.
The night's been all about number 0, but Unosis has truly been a dark horse, just guy who has willed this team back with his energy and with, just like you said, the plays that will never show up on the stat book.
Unosis has 11 on the night. 4 players now in double digits for LTU. Hand off to McEvans. Got around the screen. McEvans lost the handle, and it goes out of bounds. But still, it is the turnover category that has been a major headline for tonight. 17 turnovers by this Cornerstone team, a 10 turnover difference to Lawrence Tech.
So uncharacteristic of them, John. So uncharacteristic.
Jodersma pull-up 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Beavers. Nearly got stripped from behind by Rollinson. 3 minutes left to go. Gonzalez over to Lund. Lund nearly lost the handle, and they're going to call a foul on Stewart.
Just a little handsy there. Don't understand the reasoning for that with there being 2:48 left in this one. You're probably not going to pick his pocket, and you run the risk now. You have to send him to a line who, Lund is a good free throw shooter.
Lund has only 3 points on the night. Makes the first. And when Josh Pickett talks about Blake Lund, it is not about the amount of points that he provides. It is the defense and the amount of energy and hustle that he provides off the bench. That makes him an X factor.
X factor indeed, John. X factor indeed. And those are 2 huge free throws.
As by correction, that Jodersma comes back in. He was off on the bench. So now Steffen, pressured by Beavers, got around the ball screen. Long fade pass. Down low, A hit from behind. Here's Ainsworth. One-on-one. A kick out. Shoulder spot. He has the room. A high arcing shot was way short, and it goes out of bounds. And the crowd is letting him know it.
Oh, they are.
You can tell, yeah, the band, the pep band, and the LTU faithful, they do not hold back.
Absolutely not. It has truly energized and uplifted this team and helped them be in the position they are with 2:15 counting down in this second half.
Beavers, a good move. Trying to put Wilcock on skates to the top of the key. Yonosis, an aggressive drive, got around, could not let it fall. Rebounded by Ainsworth. Ainsworth is the only guy on Cornerstone's staff that has double-digit points here tonight as we get another foul, and it's not, and it is away from the ball, and it's on Blake Lund. For Lund, that's only a second, and it sends Ainsworth to the line. Lawrence Tech, after this game here tonight, will be on the road for 2 games. First against in Lansing against Cleary, and then on the road against U of M Dearborn. Then they come back home for a non-conference matchup against Great Lakes Christian College. That'll be on January the 26th. And it will be at that game, as we go into a full timeout here, it'll be at this game in which they will celebrate properly the career milestone of Brandon Beavers becoming the all-time scorer in the history of the modern-day area of Lawrence Tech.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like you said, this kid deserves a full celebration. To touch on it just a little more since we have the time, this is the kid who played here for 3 years, left, went to Shawnee State, came back, and now holds the record, is cemented in history forever. You could argue if COVID didn't happen, he would have got it his junior year, but you know, everything comes and happens for a reason. He came back and has truly propelled this team as well. They did not play as well as a group without him, and he has came back unselfishly and helped this team be a very good basketball team, competing with the best in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference.
He's definitely one of the best. He's also in the record books for 3rd all-time in a single season points with 496 back in the 2021-2022 season. As right underneath his old teammate Andrew Wren, who's out this year. That's the kind of season Wren had last year, 522 points, yet he's out this year with an injury.
You can only imagine, right, what this team would look like with both of them on the squad, playing with such experience and such chemistry, and with the pieces they have around them. Guys like Dolney, guys like Gonzalez.
Guys like McEvans.
You can only think, right? You can
only think so much. Ainsworth goes 2 for 2. 72-65, under 2 minutes left to go. Lund just to get it in bounds, gets it to Gonzalez. Gets it over to Beavers. Beavers gets it past half court, all alone. Doney with the finish. Blow coverage by Ainsworth on the other end. The other way, and Steffen with the finish on that side. They get it to McEvans. Over to Beavers, and again, 2-on-1, and again underneath, the same thing happens. Doney with the finish on blow coverage.
This kid can do it all, man.
And now a steal by McEvans. A loose ball on the floor, picked up by Rowlandson. Spinning, falling, gives it to Ainsworth. He finishes it off. Boy, the level of intensity is picked up, and we're at a minute left in this game.
You can just see the huffing and puffing coming from both teams as they're trying to finish this one out.
McEvans is going to slow things up, and he's quickly fouled from behind by Wilcock. That's only his first, with both teams now within the bonus. That's the 10th team foul on the Eagles. For how everything stands right now, Cornerstone sits, as McEvans misses the first, Cornerstone sits at 5th place. Lawrence Tech would easily jump them if they hold on to win this one here tonight.
Yeah, this is just such a big performance for the Blue Devils. Like you said, conference wins mean a little more too, especially when it's a team that is just above you in the standings.
This is nothing but just a team overall performance. Look at the amount of guys with double digits. Down low to Ainsworth against Gonzalez. Spun around. A strong finish by the 6'9" Ainsworth, as quickly a timeout is called by Kim Elders. And if you're Kim Elders right now, he's in his 31st year, and yet this performance is so uncharacteristic of them. There's 37 seconds left, and it's a 5-point game. There's a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the play clock. Obviously, they're going to really foul in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also, you give a credit to Kim Elder's squad. Very, very uncharacteristic with the amount of turnovers they've given up, yet they're still hanging in here. And that's not to discredit Lawrence Tech. They played a great game, but this team, their efficiency on offense and their physicality on defense, and just being able to also fight back a little bit from adversity. Yeah, the message right now, obviously, is you gotta hope, and you gotta be able to convert when the mistakes are made. You gotta prepare your team and say, you know, this team could fold right here, so you have to be ready for that and be ready to make every single opportunity. But other than that, it's the same message we were given last game. Try to convert that turnover, but then right away you gotta foul and force these guys to beat you at the line.
22 points for Corey Ainsworth, along with 7 rebounds and 2 assists. He has balled out the most. The next one up is Eli Steffen. He has 10 points and 2 rebounds. Now to inbound. Beavers gets around, trying to wind down the clock, and they do foul quickly, and that is by Joldersma. And that's probably the one guy you don't want to send to the line.
No, not this kid. Nope.
For Joldersma, that's his third. Ainsworth is lining up to come back in. He went off after the 3 throws. 33.8 left to go. Gets the friendly bounce.
Brandon Beavers, a career 79.4% free throw shooter. Not career, my bad. Season, he's shooting 79.4%.
Lawrence Tech is going to hold their ground at half court as Beavers goes 2 for 2.
You're going to have a little bit of confidence in the all-time leading scorer.
Free ball by Joldersma. Again, it's short. It's loose. Picked up by Beavers. He gets through, and they're going to call a double dribble. And it's a turnover on Lawrence Tech. 23.4 left to go, and it's Cornerstone ball.
Interesting call. Definitely, I think the right call, but might have been fouled before the double dribble.
Definitely with the amount of bodies that are flying around here, it's hard to tell, but you can only let so much contact go within this game. Rollinson analyzing his options, gets trapped. He throws up a desperation 3. It's off the heel. Rebounded by McEvans, and they do foul quickly. 12.7 left to go. What a game by this Lawrence Tech team. And it was an overall team effort. If you look all the way down, Brandon Beavers, as always, a 25-point performance. Alejandro Gonzalez with 12. Giannis Onulsis with 11. And Cameron McEvans off the bench with 15 as he makes his first.
I mean, what a day, right? Players are going to remember this one for a long time, not only because of the milestone, but because this was such a great performance against such a great team, the Cornerstone Golden Eagles.
One last chance, the reverse layup. Beavers let it through, not to cause any contact. Final seconds are ticking down, and they do foul. 7-point game now, but it's definitely going to get even bigger.
And the LTU band, student section, whatever you want to call it, they are waving and sending this team back to Grand Rapids.
For Lawrence Tech, this would be their 4th ever win in the modern era against Cornerstone. And you talk about wins that were needed. It was definitely the game against Madonna, it just got away from them. And then all the other wins ahead of that, they earned the win against Lords, and then they took care of business on the road. So here we go. One last chance. Full sweep ahead for Lawrence Tech. The doubleheader goes to the Blue Devils, and they have won 3 out of their last 4 conference games. They knock off the Golden Eagles tonight, 80-73. Brandon Beavers is the new all-time scorer in the history of the modern era of Lawrence Tech. He puts up 25, 3 more to boot with double digits. The women took care of business earlier tonight. What an incredible statement by this Blue Devils team. We thank you for joining us here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Signing off for now, Robbie Elliott, I'm John Stowe. We will see you next time for all things Lawrence Tech Athletics.